Hello everybody, this is What If Guy here and I'm going to do another What If. This What If is going to be what if Deku died inside of Springtrap. If you're going to say I copied a YouTuber, I did not. I gave that YouTuber the idea of this What If. So please do not say that I copied his What If. So Deku this time will have a quirk, but everybody thinks it's quirkless because he never showed any sign of a quirk. But his quirk is going to be a zombie quirk. So when he dies, he will become a zombie. I think a few people already caught on what's going to happen. Bakugo still bullies him, and in this universe, Five Nights at Freddy will exist, but there are just rundown places anymore. There's no one, there's abandoned pizzerias, and Bakugo lures Deku in one of these pizzerias and tells him to try on the spring Bonnie suit. Oh, and yeah, everything happened 30 years earlier this time. If you ask why, if you know the canon story of Five Nights at Freddy's 3, you'll know why. So everything is 30 years earlier, and let's say this is not Bakugo, this is just somebody a whole lot like Bakugo but without just the explosion quirk, with another quirk. So yeah, and this is not Bakugo, this retcon that I said this is Bakugo, this is somebody else. So this bully lures Deku inside of the pizzeria at Fazbear's Fright and tells Deku to put on the suit, and Deku puts on the suit because he's scared of the bully. But if you don't like blood or gore, click off the video right now because this is going to be very bloody. So this is what happens. Yeah, I told you guys we didn't like gore. So that's what happened to Deku, and if you ask why didn't the bully help out Deku, the second the bully saw Deku getting spring locked, he ran away. He didn't want to be he didn't want to be blamed for this. So this is 30 years later. Deku wakes up as this, the one you see in the picture, and he's not the same anymore. He's, let's just say, almost emotionless. The only emotion he feels is sad and anger. Happiness, love, passion, all of that is wiped away, but one, he's still determined, and he unlocked his quirk by this. His quirk, as I said, is that he turns into a zombie when he dies. And let's just say the zombie gives Deku a pretty good boost. You know how there's like this saying that the humans can only use 10% of their brain? Well, I'm doing this for the body. Humans can use only 50% of their real, no, 10% of the real body strength because their minds limits it. But now that Deku's mind is technically dead, he does not have a limit, and the suit gives him strength too. And the suits, if you didn't know it, Five Nights at Freddy, they give you this super speed, teleportation, and his jump scare ability is going to be able to cancel quirks for 10 minutes. When he jump scares someone, their quirk is cancelled, no matter how many of they have. Even if they have 1,000 quirks, all of them will be cancelled. So this is when Deku gets up and gets out of the pizzeria, and He takes a cloak and hides his face and everything, and he's walking the streets in the shadows. So so when people see him, don't think that he's a villain. Because come on, if you saw he's walking down the street, what do you think? He's out for blood or what? And Deku goes to his home and knocks on the door. Nobody opens, and he sees a picture of, I don't know if they do this in Japan, but where I live, when somebody dies, they put a picture on their door. So they put a picture there. There's a picture of Inko Midoriya saying that she's dead, and Deku, when he sees, he bursts up in tears. As I said, he only can feel sadness and anger. So Deku goes to his mom's grave and puts a flower there. So so this is the end of the school, and when Deku does not go under the bridge because why would he go under the bridge? So Deku goes to the graveyard of Deku goes to the Deku beach and just lies down there and deactivates himself for 10 months. No, 9 months. And in that 9 months, All Might and Muriel, yes, Muriel came there and they found this and they were thinking, ugh, gross. And when they open, they see like a corpse inside a suit and they think that he's dead, but when they were about to pick him up, he activates and they think that he's the villain and they start attacking him, but Deku just keeps teleporting and tells them to stop. And I don't think All Might was even I think All Might was a first year, but no, I think All Might was like 5 years old because I think All Might's like 35 or something. So Ahmad was 5 years old when Deku was 15. So this is when and Deku does not know who All Might is because he's been deactivated for 30 years and he does not know what happens outside of world. He still thinks that Kanashimura is the number one hero. And when they tried, so he does not know who All Might is. When All Might and Miria attack him because they think he's a villain. He just keeps teleporting out of the way of their punches. And if he really wants, he can just let the punches go through him because if you know Five Nights at Freddy and you saw the Five Nights at Freddy's 3, you saw the Phantom animatronics. They're not real, but they can still interact with you. And so he does that, and all the punches just go through him. And Deku tells them to stop and says that he is not a villain, and they don't really believe him, but they say, alright then, why do you look like that? Well, it's because I died in the suit, and they were shocked. If you're dead, how are you still alive? Well, you see, it's my quirk. My quirk is zombie. When I die, I wake up as a zombie, but unfortunately it took me 30 years to wake up. So you could say I'm a 45-year-old man. And they were like, 45? I was 5 when he was 15. Wow. So they asked him what his name is, and his name is Izuku Midoriya. No, his name is Springtrap. They think in their mind, trap. Springtrap, huh? So they ask him how he died, and he tells them that a bully lured him to an old pizzeria that's called Five Nights at Freddy's. Not really Five Nights at Freddy's, I forgot what they're called, but yeah, he brings him to a pizzeria and tells him to put this suit on, and unfortunately the suit was very old, so the spring lock got set off, and Yeah, let's just say they killed him. They were like, yeah, we Five Nights at Freddy Pizzeria. Those things were old as heck. So you really were, so you really did that in that suit, huh? Yeah, and they're still somewhat disgusted because they still can see a body. So they ask him if he will come with. They ask him if he will come with them for him to get his ID checked out and everything to get him a new ID because he looked like this now. No one would believe him that he was Ezekiel Midoriya 40 years ago. So they renew his ID when the police ask why he looks like that. They just say that that's his quirk because he awakened his quirk. He looks like that, so they believe him. They make him a new idea. They say that he's 15 and everything. In reality, he's 45. And they ask if he wants to go to UA, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that was my biggest dream when I was younger. Unfortunately, before I could fulfill that dream, I died. Ah, unfortunate." And this is 10 months later. No, 1 month later. It's the UA entrance exam, and Deku goes in as this. But let's just say he cleaned up just a little bit. So now it's only the skeleton, not the flesh parts anymore. Only the skeleton. So when he either says, "Oops," either says why he when either says Dago, he asks why is he wearing the bunny suit that is so torn up, and is that a skeleton in there? Are you a villain? And Buck goes right on only one thing: either the middle school or he was born up with a stick up his rear end. So sorry about that. So Deku tells him that he's a quirk and that's why he looks like that, and either says, "All right." Oh, my throat is starting to hurt. And Deku goes in, and Aizawa. Oh, what was his? I I forgot his name. President Mike explains everything and says go. When they say go, Deku teleports and uses the 100%, and that's like 50% of All Might, like injured All Might, and Deku starts destroying those robots. When I say destroying, nothing's left of them. Just one punch and they're eradicated out of existence. And when this is when the zero pointer comes up, so Deku got like 125 points. He wanted to leave points for the others. So when the zero pointer comes, he was about to go, but then he sees that Uraka is about to get crashed, so he teleports besides Uraka, grabs her and teleports away because he doesn't want to show that much of his power, how powerful he is, and he puts Uraka by Recover Lady, and she heals Recover Lady heals Uraka, and when she heals Uraka, Uraka says thanks to Deku. She doesn't know that his name is Deku, and when everybody is going, and this is the end of the entrance exam, so first day away, Deku goes to class. He sees Bakugo and Ida fight. Deku says in it reminds me of someone. I hate people like him, and this is when Raka comes and Deku tells to everybody name is Raka asks what's his name, and he says that his name is Springtrap, and she's like, weird name, but okay. My name is Raka, and if you ask why didn't they freak out when they sent a letter they told about Izuku to everybody. So Deku goes to his seat, and everybody keeps talking, and Aizawa wakes up and tells them that they're going to, okay everybody, I'm going to do the the exam on the other part. Hope you liked it. Bye.